And today we'll see list operations. So working with list, okay, meaning we should learn about list operations. So there are three list operations. One is list controls, column controls, record controls. Before we proceed, anybody has any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Please ask me. All right. So navigate to the tables list view, any table. Say for example, let me go to the incident tables list view. Right. So this is a list view where I can see the records in a horizontal format and all the vertical columns are nothing but fields. So here, before we talk about the list operations, so we'll understand other details on this list. So you see at the bottom you see a count here. So the count indicates the total number of records present on this list. Okay, so in total there are 68 records, and on the screen I can see 1 to 68 records. Okay, 1 to 68 records I can see on the screen on this page. So if there are more records, say for example 500, and you can see 1 to 100 on this first page, and 101 to 200 on the second page, 2001 to 300 on the third page. Likewise, the total number of records will be shown 100 per page. Okay, maximum 100 records can be shown on this page. Now, so before we talk about the list operations, we have some other details here. So there is some filter icon here, funnel symbol, which is used to apply the filter conditions. Okay, click on this. So now right now I can see all the incident records on this list, right? So for example, I want to filter the records and see only those filtered records. Okay, so there are different states here for the incident. So states like new, closed, in progress, on hold, resolved, closed, right? So there are different state records for the incident. So I want to see all the closed incidents. So I do not want to see any other state records. I just want to see only the closed state incident records. So here I can apply the filter condition here to filter the records. Click on this funnel symbol. So here you can see three options: choose field, operator, value. This is called smart filter condition builder. So the technical term, smart filter condition builder, most popularly asked question in the certification. So what does the smart filter condition builder contain? So it contains choose field, comma, operator, comma, value. So these are the three options you can see: choose field, operator, and value. And here you can apply the condition here on this smart filter condition builder. So choose field, click on that. So these are all the fields coming up from the incident table, all the fields from the incident table. Getting it? So now I want to see only the state equal to closed records. Okay, so apply the condition. State is the field. Okay, state is the field. Operator, so you can see different operators here. State is, okay, select the operator is, select the value. What is the value of the state you want to see? Closed. Okay, so this is the filter condition. Click on run. So now you can see all the incidents with state equal to closed are showing here. So in total there are 27 incident records with state equal to closed. Everybody following? So this way you can apply the filter condition on the list to filter the list of records. Now if you want to add additional filter conditions here, still you can do. So now I want to filter and see only category equal to software. So there are different categories here: software, hardware, right, inquiry, database. So there are different softwares, different categories for the incidents. I want to see only software category records whose state is closed. Okay, I want to see only the incident records with status equal to closed and categories software. So apply additional condition here. So say and say category is software. Now click on run. So the list is much more filtered here. You can see state is closed, category is software. Only those condition matched records are showing up on the list. So this way you can apply the filter condition on the list to filter the records. Getting it? So this is called smart filter condition builder, and once you apply the condition and filter the records, you can see single line filter condition on the list, above the list. So this single line filter condition is called breadcrumb. Okay, breadcrumb. So it is the single line filter condition, okay, shown above the list view. So all these technical terms are very, very important for the certification. Okay, clear up till now, everybody? All right. So now, so next is about the personalized list. Personalized list. And default list. So there are two types of list here. One is personalized list, another is default list for any table. So currently, observe carefully. So I logged in with admin role, admin user, and I can see these are all the records and these are all the columns or fields showing up on this list. Okay, so now on this list I can make changes. I do not want to see couple of fields information here. I do not want to see couple of fields information here, so I can remove them from the list view. Okay, I want to see other hidden fields information on this list. Okay, if you see, if you open the incident record, okay, there are many fields on this form. Okay, and also you can see many fields here, many fields here, many fields here, but on the list all the fields are not showing up here. Only 10 to 12 fields are currently showing up on the list view. Getting it? But there are much more fields on the present on the table. So currently what I want to do is I want to modify this list view. I want to remove couple of fields from this list. I want to add some other fields to this list. Okay, so basically I want to personalize this list as per my wish. Okay, likewise every user can personalize the list view as per their requirement. So personalization is just specific for the logged in user. Okay, whatever the changes that I'm making now will not be applicable for any other users. So the changes which I'm going to make will be affected only to my login, not for any other users login. So modification made by the user to the list view, okay, that is called personalized list. So now I'm going to personalize this list as per my wish. So click on this setting here. Okay, you can see update personalized list. Click on this. So you will see a slush bucket, two buckets, left and right. So left is nothing but available fields of the table. So these are all the available fields on the incident table. Okay, so because I'm working on incident, so I see all the fields information of the incident table. Right side selected fields, meaning what are the fields that I see on the list, right? So from number to updated by, so these are all selected list of fields, number till updated by. Now I want to modify the fields on the list. Okay, so I want to remove this updated by. Okay, and I want to remove caller, I want to remove priority, I want to add other fields here. Observe carefully. I want to add impact, I want to add urgency. Okay, right? So I'm making these changes. I'm placing the fields, okay, in certain position. So after short description, I'm placing impact and urgency. Click on OK. So you can see impact, urgency fields are added on the list. So this is the personalized list for my login. Okay. Now observe carefully. I'll log in as different user. So let me check. So I'm checking for roles, ITAL. So ITAL, which all users have this role? I'm checking. So this, all these users on this ITL role, all these 51 users will have ITL role. So let me take any user. So generally incidents can be accessed by the ITL role users. So that is the reason I'm checking for this role, who is containing that particular role. So I'm impersonating to the ITL role user, right? Impersonate. Okay, impersonated to bow. So this is the instance of this user. So I'll duplicate this incident list view. So this was my personalized list. I did not refresh this. Okay, if I refresh this, I'll see the changes with respect to bow robbery, but not with my login. Okay, now compare. So this is a list view for the bow robbery, and you can see here number opened, and I don't see impact and urgency, so which were added for my login. but I don't see for Bose login. Did not see the impact and urgency fields. That means these changes are affecting only for my login, not for any other user's login. Okay, so this concludes that personalized changes will be affected only to the user who is making the changes, but not to any other user's login. And one more important point. So whenever the list is personalized, you can see a blue dot here. Just I missed that. So everybody able to see the screen properly in big view, large screen view? Everyone?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
So observe carefully now. So I'll end my impersonation. I'll refresh this list. So this is my personalized list, and you can see on this setting there is some blue dot showing up. Okay, see here, there's a blue dot showing up. So the dot indicates the list is personalized. Okay, if there is no dot, meaning that is not personalized and the list is default. See here, for Bo robbery, do not see any blue dot here. So that means this is the default list. This is not personalized list. Default list will be common for all the users. Okay, default list will be common for all the users. So any user wants to personalize the list will be able to make changes on the default list. Okay, otherwise every user within an instance, the default list view will have same columns. Okay, so now Bo robbery has this default list view, and I also can have this default list view provided I remove the personalization here. Observe carefully. I can revert back to the default list view. I can revert back to the default list view by clicking on the setting. See a button here, reset to column defaults. Most important option asked in the certification. So I can click on this reset to column defaults. So the name itself says reset to column default view. Okay, click on this. So now I don't see the blue dot showing up here, meaning this is the default list. Observe carefully. What are the columns? Started with number, ended with updated by. So this is Bo robbery default list, started with number, ending with updated by. So for every user, default list will be same. Okay, so only the personalized list changes will differ. Otherwise default list will be common for all the users. Okay, now you can make changes to the personalized list so that you can personalize the list view. But if the requirement says so, there could be some use cases where modifying the default list view of the incident. Okay, so this is the use case and add impact and urgency onto the default list. These changes should be affected to all the users. So modify the default list view of the incident. Okay, and add impact and urgency fields onto the default list. Okay, and whatever the changes that you're making, that is adding impact and urgency, these changes should be affected to all the users. So generally personalized list changes will be affected to only the logged in user, but I want to make changes to this default list, and these changes should be affected to all the users within the system. Is the use case clear, everyone? Following, not following?
Can you repeat once again, please?
Okay. Uh, did you understand the default list? What do you mean by default
Yeah,
list? Did you
yeah, that
understand?
I got. Yeah.
All right. So the use case, so the requirement now here is, I have a new requirement. So requirement is to modify the default list. Okay. And what modification you are supposed to do? Add impact and urgency fields onto the default list. So these two fields you are supposed to add onto the default list. So let's check whether they are present or not on the default list. They are not present. Impact, urgency, the fields are not present. So now the requirement is to add these two fields onto the default list, and these changes should be affected to all the users. Okay, whoever is having the access to this incidents, everybody should be affected with these changes. Clear with the requirement?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody still unclear with the requirement?
But one doubt, like you said that in previous topic, like personalized list, where
Hmm?
we choose only for the particular people,
Not for
only
the
for us.
particular people. I mean,
It's like
you log in and you can make changes to your list.
okay.
Okay.
What's the difference for that and this? This is for the everyone. That's it.
Yes. So default list changes will should be affected or will be affected to all the users. It's not specific to the user. Whatever the changes that you make to the default list will be affecting to all the users. So we are going to see that now. First of all, is the requirement clear?
Yeah.
Yes, Tilly.
All right. So now how do we make these changes? So the point here is, so while we discuss this column controls, we'll see that requirement. Okay. So it is too early now. So once we start discussing on these column controls, so here is an option to have that changes to the default list. So but remember this use case, we need to discuss this. Okay, so or else directly we can discuss it here. So observe carefully on this list, you see the columns, each and every column. On any column there are three dots, you see, these are called column options. Right click on any of the column. Okay, then configure, then you see list layout, click on this. Once again observe carefully. So we are working on this use case. On any of the column on this list, okay, see three dots, right click, configure, list layout. Okay, and you can see a slush bucket here. So available section contains all the list of incident fields. Incident fields selected contains the list of columns present on the default list view. Selected section contains list of fields present on the default list view. Okay, Now what we are supposed to do, we're supposed to add urgency, we're supposed to add impact. Just type the letter, automatically control goes there, add it here. So impact, urgency, select both of them through control, hold the control key and select both of them, move them up, place them after short description, save. Right, so I have modified the default list view by adding these two fields. See, I don't see the blue dot here, okay, because the changes are made to the default list view but not to the personalized list. So using this button you can make changes to the personalized list, but you can make default changes to the default list view through list layout in the configure. Okay, list layout, first option. So now I changed as an admin role user. Now verify with any other users login. Okay, Bo robbery, impersonate, right? So this was my default list view. So let me refresh another list view. Observe carefully. See, impact and urgency are added, and it's not personalized. It is a default list view for Bo Ruggery. That means changes are affected to other users as well. Okay, in the default list. Is this point clear, everybody? Whatever the changes that we made through list layout, the changes are affected to other users as well. Not only for my login, for others login as well, the changes are affected. Very, very important. So these kind of use cases will come into your project. Okay, so when you work in the project, so these kind of use cases you will have to implement. So you should know these options. Clear with the use case, guys?
Yes, dear.
Anybody has any questions? All right. So that is about the personalized list and default list. So let's get back to the operations here, list operations. So there are three operations: list controls, column controls, and record controls. So on
Dilip,
the
I have a
list,
question.
right? Okay.
Yeah, see, now we are selecting whatever is present in the slush bucket, right? If we want any other option which is not present in the slush bucket, is there any option we can create anything to the slush bucket, or we cannot go beyond this?
No, you should be
Okay,
able to use only the available fields here. So
okay,
because these are all the fields coming up from the incident
okay,
table. So if you
okay.
want to add a field from the user table here right
Hmm.
now, no, that is not possible.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, got it.
One more important option
Hmm.
about the certification. So when you're personalizing your list, you see a blue dot here coming up,
Yeah,
and it's for everybody, okay, not just for you. So let me personalize my list. So I'm removing these two columns, updated by. So I'm personalizing it. I see a blue dot here. Now another important question for the certification is, from the personalized list, how can I revert back to the default list view? So the answer is, there's a button called reset to column defaults on the slush bucket. So you need to click on that. Okay, that's another important certification question.
Yeah, another one. Like placing of the fields also important. Like you are keeping the impact and the urgency the side of the short description as well, or
You
it
can
is
place
not.
them in, you can place them at any place, okay, after any column. That's not a problem. But when you work on the requirement, you should ask your the customer, so where should be the placement of the fields that you're adding. Okay, so they will specify, okay, after which field the field should be added, so you should take that confirmation. Okay,
Okay.
otherwise if you add at some other place, they'll come back. So we do not want in that place. We want those fields to be placed after some so and so field. So it will be a rework for you again, so you should ask at the beginning only.
Okay.
So now list operations. So on the left top corner you can see, so there are three lines here. These are called these. Clicking on these three lines, you will see some options. So these options are called list controls. Okay, on the left side, and on each column, see three dots. Click on them. See couple of options. They're called column controls. Okay, and on each row, so it is acting like an cell. Okay, for a record, for each field you can see the data stored here. So on this cell, right click any of the cell, right click, couple of options you see, they call record controls. Record controls. So list controls, column controls, record controls. Okay, so let us see one by one. So first let's talk about list operations. So this is one of the view for the incident table. It is called list view, and there could be many views for the incident table. View is nothing but display of records from a table. Okay, in a specific format. Display of records from a table in a specific format, that is called a view. So here, so this is a default list view, you can say, and you can see the columns are represented for fields and rows are represented for records. So likewise, but the data, underlying data is coming from the incident table. So yesterday last class we have seen, right, table, form and the user, the pane diagram. So table contains the records information. So from the table, records can be pulled up and shown in any format. That is called view. View of a records information from the database table. That is called view. So for a table, there could be any number of views. Okay. Why view? Basically, view is for display of information based on the platform that you are using. So I'm currently logging in for the laptop or desktop. Okay, so I can see this kind of view, but if I log in from mobile device, the view will be different. Okay, so this will not be the view when I log in from the mobile, so the view will change. All these columns will not show, only specific columns will be shown in the mobile view. Observe carefully. So click on this view, there are different views here. Okay, so mobile view, so click on this. So when you log in from mobile, these are the 4 columns information you will see related to the incidents. Okay, now when I log into some portal, service portal, so when I log into the portal and I see this information about the incidents, these 3 columns information. When I log into the some major incidents view, so this is some other view for the incidents. See, the columns information changes. So view is for different platforms and different areas from where we are viewing this information. So accordingly the view is configured to display the information. So when you log into some workspace, okay, so recent feature is workspaces. So when you log into the workspace and view these incidents, So this is how the view will be for the workspace. You can see here the view name is displayed here. Okay, in which view we are currently in, so the view name is displayed here, but for default view the view name will not be displayed here. That is a difference and the observation you can see. So when I switch to any other view, mobile view, you can see the view name showing up here beside to the table name, but for default view the view name will not be shown, right? So that is about the view. Underlying information is coming from the incident table. In any view the information data is common, but the fields information, okay, is differed. Fields are differed across different views. Filters. So just now we learned about how to apply the filter conditions, right? Now you can save this filter condition. Okay, so for example, you are accessing this list of records very frequently. Okay, so you are viewing software category records and which are and whose state is closed. You are viewing all this list of incidents very frequently. So if you want to view this information every time, you are supposed to apply this filter condition. Okay, every time you are supposed to apply this filter condition to see this refreshed data. Now currently 5 records matching with these two conditions. After 2 hours the count may increase or decrease based upon the state changes on the records, right? So every time when you try to view these records, you're supposed to apply these conditions manually. Click on run. But instead of applying manually every time, you can save this filter condition. Okay, so you can see a button here called save filter. You can give some name. Okay, category software, state is closed. I can give this name. Okay, just for an identification. I can give permissions to this filter as well. Who all can access this filter? So right now it is selected only to me. I can save it. You can also share this filter to other users as well. I don't see that option here, so I can see only me here, but you can also share it to the group or share it to some role users. So now I saved the filter and I click on all, right? So I see all the records, 68 records here. Now I need to apply the filter condition again in order to view those records, but I already saved it, right? So I can make use of the saved filter. So click on this list controls, filters, check for your saved filter. So this is the saved filter, right? Category software, state is closed. Click on this. See, list is filtered. I did not apply the filter condition, I just used the saved filter. Automatically the list is filtered. So this way you can save the filters and then you can make use of them. You can run them every time whenever you want. Clear? So that is about the filters. And let me click on all. Right, so now, so these are all the records currently. Now I want to filter this list of records based on the state. Okay, so I want to see the list of records based on the state. For each state, what all records are there, how many records are there, I want to filter them based on the state. Observe carefully. List controls, so I can say group by. So these are all the fields of the incident. These are all the fields of the incident table So select for which table you want to apply the group by. So group by state. So you see here, so the list is filtered or grouped by state. So for each state, say state new, how many records are there? 14. In progress 20, on hold 7, closed 27 records. So you can expand them. So you can see these are all the 14 records. All these are new state records. Next, in progress 20 records, right? 20 records. On hold 7 records, closed 27 records. So this way you can apply group by on any field. For example, on impact also you can apply, say group by impact. See, based on impact, each impact can see the information. Is this clear? Group by, everyone? Alright, so next is show. Show is basically to show the number of records per page on this list view. How many records we want to show per page on this list view? So currently I'm showing 20 records, 1 to 20. Okay, so I can see remaining 20 records in the second page, next 20 records on the third page, next 20 records on the fourth page, so till the last record count. So for every page only 20 records will be shown. So if I want to see 21 to 40 records, click on next page. Okay, so this is the other page, so it is showing 21 to 40 records. Next page 41 to 60, next page 61 to 68. Now I can go to the first page, click on this. So this is the first page. I can go to the last page, click on this. So this way you can navigate to the pages. So how many records currently per page? 20 records. So if you want to show more records, you can see here, show 100 records per page. So right now only 68 records are there in total. So all the records, 68 records are shown only on the single page, right? So that is about show option. Next is refresh list. So when you click on this refresh list, the entire list of records will be refreshed. Okay, so say some changes happened in the background and the list is not yet filtered or refreshed. So once you refresh it, the data will be updated accordingly on the incidents. Okay, so on the backend table, data might have got updated on these records, but since we did not refresh these records, the changes are not reflected here. So if you want those changes to be reflected, you have to refresh it. So refresh it. So you can use this refresh list option. And for example, so I'm applying condition here, priority is critical. Okay, run. So now I want to save this list of records. So with condition priority equal to critical, I want to save this or I want to make this list as favorite. So we already learned about how to create favorites for the applications and modules, right? So beside to the application name and module name, you see favorites icon. So making them favorites will have those favorites added in the favorites section. So likewise, you can also create favorites for the list view as well. So for example, priority is equal to critical 1. I can create this list as favorite. See, create favorite. Give some name here. Priority is critical. Okay. Select some color. Icon already selected by default. Done. Meaning save it. So you are creating this list as favorite. Okay. So where do you access the favorites? From the favorite section. Click on favorites. So you see here, this is the favorite created. Click on this. So you can see the list of records with priority equal to critical. So you need not navigate to the list view. Okay. Every time you need not select the filter to check the records. Okay. Directly what you could do, go to favorites, click on this. So automatically the list is filtered. Is this clear, everyone? The list controls clear? Very important, guys.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the column controls. So column controls, on each column of the field can see 3 dots. Click on them. Couple of options you see. So we'll discuss about these options. So when you apply these options, so entire list will be filtered accordingly. Okay. So observe carefully. So what I'm trying to do, let us check the options here. Sort A to Z. Okay. So sorting is nothing but arranging the list of records in some sequence. Okay. Sorting means arranging the records in some sequence. So sort A to Z meaning in the ascending order arrange the records. In the ascending order arrange the records. Sort Z to A, arrange the records in the descending order. Okay. So this ascending and descending is decided based on which field you are applying this column controls. Okay. So impact and urgency is some kind of a drop down field. Okay. Drop down field. So on which field you are applying the column controls, that matters. So state is, it's not a string field basically, it is storing some state values. So new is nothing but some backend value is 1. In progress, this is a front end value, meaning the display value, but the system value is different here. So system value will be different. So let me show you. So this is a state, right? Right click, configure dictionary. We'll talk about this in the tables. Okay, configure dictionary. So now scroll all the way down, see choices here. Say table is incident. Run. See here, this is display name, label meaning display name. Whatever the label that you see, okay, the front end. So this is the front end display name. This is for humans to understand, but value is something different here. It is in the numbers. So for new it is 1, in progress 2, hold, 3 resolve 6, close 7 and cancel 8. These are all system values. So now observe carefully. I'm applying sorting on this state field. Sorting on this state field A to Z. A to Z sorting. A to Z sorting means the sorting will be applied on the backend value here. See, A to Z meaning ascending order from lowest to highest value should be considered. What is the lowest value? New. 1 is the backend value. So new will be arranged on the top. So whichever the records which have state as new, they'll be arranged on the top. So in progress is 2. So whichever the records with in progress state, they'll be arranged next to new. Okay. After that, on hold, what is the backend value? 3. So that is the on hold. So on hold records are arranged next. Next closed. Closed is 7. So we don't have resolved state records. So next state is closed. Where is it? Here it is, closed. That's all. So with priority 1 critical, so these are the records arranged in the ascending order. Now for example, apply category sorting on category. So only you can apply sorting only on one field at a time. Okay, cannot apply sorting on multiple fields. Only on one field you can apply sorting at a time. So apply sorting on category. Sort A to Z. Okay, now this time it is taking the alphabets, okay, for the order. So H comes first, hardware, no, not H. So first is checking for the empty. So there are 2 empty records with categories empty. So they are coming first. Next comes the database which starts with D, that is arranged on the top. Next comes the alphabet order H, and next I. So the records, okay, are arranged in the category alphabetical order. Okay, entire list of records are filtered as per the sorting on which field you are applying, right? Say for example, caller, okay, it's some a reference type of field. Let me apply sorting A to Z. See, it is taking the alphabetical order, right? In the alphabetical order the records are arranged. You can also apply reverse sort, that is Z to A. So on which field you are applying, so that matters basically. So T is the highest alphabet present for this list of records. So username starting with T is arranged on the top. Next decreasing alphabet is R. Next decreasing alphabet is M. So based on the available records caller information, the records are arranged in Z to A format. Okay, say for example, apply sorting on state Z to A. So now closed, what is the value of closed state? 7, highest value. So highest value is showing on the top. Next 3, I believe it is showing in the bottom next to it. 2 is the next least number. Next 1 is the last least number. Okay, so based on the state the records are filtered in descending order. Is sorting clear, guys? So now observe carefully. So you can ignore other options here, they are not important. Show visual task board, bar graph, pie chart, launch interactive analysis, all these options you can ignore, they will not be used anytime. And other is export. So basically you can export this list of records into some file. Okay, so you can export the file, export the data into a file. So there are different types of files to which you can export the data: PDF, Excel, CSV, JSON. So these are the different formats. So if you want to export into Excel, click on this Excel. Download. Open that. So all the 27 records are exported here. So you can see 27 records are exported. Whatever the columns that you see on the list, only those column information is exported into the Excel. Okay, so Excel will not export the hidden fields, only it will export the data that is displayed here on this list. Okay, so that way you can either export into Excel, or you can export it to PDF, or you can export it to XML. It's okay, whatever the available formats are there, you can export to those file formats, right? And so you can see here group by option is there here as well. So similar to the option group by, same option is available for each column. So you can apply group by impact. See, let me remove this condition once again. Group by impact. So based on each impact, what all records are there, you can see here. Now if you want to come back to normal view, so we applied group by on impact, right? You can ungroup it. See ungroup, click on this so that you will see normal set of records, right? So that is about ungroup and group. Any questions up till now? Anybody has any questions till now? Thank you guys, we'll connect.